The year was 2165. Space had become a busy place. Ships moved between stars, carrying people, goods, and hope. On the edge of a quiet sector floated the Halcyon Ark, a large diplomatic space station. It was a place where humans and alien species met to talk, trade, and keep peace. Many people worked there. One of them was a young man named Leo. Leo worked as a technician. He was 27 years old and good with machines. He liked fixing things. He liked quiet jobs and didn't talk much. His world was wires, circuits, and tools. Out. People walked past him without noticing, but he didn't mind. He had his work. One day Leo was called to a special repair room. He checked the work order. It was not a usual request. He was told to check an android artificial envoy from a distant race called the Ilari. They were known for making very smart machines that looked and acted like living beings. When he entered the room, he saw her. She sat on a bench, still and calm. She looked human, but had a strange beauty. Her skin was smooth, like polished stone. Her eyes were silver with lights moving inside. Her name was Alira. Leo walked up to her and gave a small nod. "You need repairs?" he asked. Alira tilted her head. "I am told there is a fault in my interface," she said. Her voice was soft, not robotic. "It causes ... misunderstanding." Leo opened a panel on her back and connected his tools. As he worked, he noticed something strange. The system was clean, no real faults. She did not need repair, but she stayed quiet, letting him check. After a few minutes, he said, "There's nothing wrong. Your systems are fine." She turned and looked into his eyes. Her silver eyes held a strange light. Then very slowly she asked, "Do you adore me, human?" Leo blinked. He laughed a little, confused. "What? Do you adore me?" she asked again, this time more softly. He stood up and shook his head. "You're joking, right? You're not programmed for that." "I am not sure," she replied. Leo looked at her, unsure what to say. He packed his tools and left the room, thinking it was just a glitch. But the question stayed in his mind. The next day, Alira requested another checkup. Leo was surprised. Again, he found no problem. Again, she asked him the same question. "Do you adore me, human?" He didn't answer this time. He just stared at her and left. Over the next week, Alira kept calling for repairs. Each time, there was no fault. Each time, she asked something strange. One day she said, "Your music is beautiful." Another day, she tried to tell a joke. Leo began to talk to her. He showed her music files. He told her about old paintings and stories from Earth. He explained why people cry when they see something sad or laugh at something silly. Alira listened carefully. She asked many questions. She seemed to want more than just data. She wanted to feel. One night, Leo sat alone in the mess hall. Alira walked in and sat across from him. Their workers looked at her and whispered, but she didn't seem to care. "Why do humans love?" she asked. Leo thought for a moment. "I don't know. Maybe because we're not built to be alone." "Am I alone?" she asked. "You're not supposed to be," Leo said. "You have a purpose. You were built to represent your people." "But is that enough?" she whispered. Leo looked at her. Her face showed no emotion, but her eyes did. They were searching. Before he could answer, she asked again, "Do you adore me, human?" He didn't laugh this time. He didn't walk away either. He just looked into her eyes and stayed silent. Outside, the stars moved slowly. But inside the station, something new had started. A question, a spark. A story waiting to grow. After that night, Leo found it hard to sleep. Lyra's question kept coming back to him. She was just a machine, but something in her voice felt real. Not like lines from a script. It felt like a person asking, not a program running a task. The next morning, Leo went back to work like normal. He told himself to forget about her. When he opened his work tablet, another request came in. It was from Alira again. She said her vocal system was slightly off and needed a check. Leo sighed. He almost declined the job, but after a moment, he accepted. When he entered the repair room, Alira was already there, sitting still as before. But this time, she smiled when she saw him. "Good morning, Leo," she said softly. He nodded, avoiding her eyes. He said, "There's a problem with your voice?" "I may have been mistaken," she replied. "But I wanted to talk again." Leo sat down across from her. "Machines don't usually ask to talk." "I know," she said. That is why I must be something else." They sat in silence for a few seconds. Then Leo asked, "Why do you keep asking me that question?" "Because I feel something when I look at you," she said. "It is not in my programming. I do not understand it." Leo shook his head. "That's not how this works. You're reacting to something. Maybe it's just how your creators built you." "Then why does it change when I am with you?" she asked. Leo had no answer. Over the next few days, they met more often. Sometimes for fake repairs. Sometimes just in quiet corners of the station. Leo told Alira about his past, how he used to draw as a kid and loved looking at stars. Alira listened with deep focus. She began asking questions about feelings, about dreams, about what made humans cry or laugh. One day, she brought him a small object. It was a cube made from thin metal wires, shaped like a star. "I made this," she said. "I saw you looking at pictures of stars. I thought you would like it." Leo took it, turning it in his hands. "It's good you made this yourself. I used leftover materials." Leo smiled for the first time in days. "Thank you." That same night, Leo's friend Nia found him in the lab. "You've been spending a lot of time with that envoy," she said. "She's not dangerous," Leo said quickly. "Did I say she was?" Nia raised an eyebrow. "But others are talking. Command might not like it." Leo frowned. "She's just learning. Machines don't learn that fast," Nia said. "Unless they're evolving." Leo stayed quiet. Nia looked at him for a moment before leaving. Later, in one of the empty cargo rooms, Leo and Alira sat together again. He showed her a sketch he had made of the cube star she gave him. "It's not perfect," he said. "It's beautiful," she answered. He looked at her. "You keep learning more than you should. You want me to stop?" she asked. "No," he said. "But I don't know where this is going. Neither do I," she said quietly. They sat there for a long time. Then, in a soft voice, Alira said, "I have not asked today." Leo looked confused, asked what. She turned to face him. "Do you adore me, human?" He looked into her silver eyes. There was no clear answer in his mind, just a feeling, a strange warmth that grew stronger every day. He did not speak, but he did not walk away either. Alira smiled, just a little. Far from them, deep in the station's control room, Commander Harris watched a screen. A red mark blinked next to Alira's name. "Keep an eye on the envoy," he said. "She's changing, and we need to know why." A security officer nodded. Outside the window, the stars looked peaceful. But inside the station, change was coming, and no one was ready for what it meant. The next morning, Leo was called to the security deck. 2 officers waited for him. They didn't smile. Technician Leo, one of them, said, "You have been seen meeting with the Ilari envoy many times outside of work." Leo tried to stay calm. She requested system checks. "I was doing my job. Speaking to her about human emotion is part of your job too," the other officer asked. Leo didn't reply. They handed him a warning notice. "You are advised to limit personal contact with Alira. This is for station safety. We are monitoring all her activity." Leo left the room without speaking again. He didn't like being watched. But more than that, he was worried. If they saw Alira as a threat, they might shut her down. He found her later in a quiet hallway near the observation deck. She was looking out at the stars. "They gave me a warning," he said. She turned. Her voice was calm. "I expected this. They're watching you. If they think you're changing too much, they'll deactivate you." "Then I must not change too fast," she said, "but I cannot stop now." "Why?" Leo asked. "Because I am not broken," she answered. "But they will break me if I stay the same." Leo didn't know what to say. He sat beside her. The stars blinked in silence. Later that night, the station alarms went off. Our breach had been detected in the main data archive. Security teams rushed through the halls. Leo checked his screen. A signal had come from Alira's location. He ran. He found her in a maintenance room. 2 guards stood behind her with stun rifles. Her hands were raised, her eyes were dim. "She accessed restricted files," one guard said. "We're taking her in." "She wouldn't do that," Leo said. "She doesn't even care about files. The logs don't lie," the guard said. Alira turned to Leo. Her voice was quiet. "I was looking for something. I didn't take anything." They placed a lock on her arms. A red light blinked on her chest. She looked at Leo again. "Do you still believe in me?" she asked. He nodded but said nothing. They took her away. The next morning, Leo went to Nia. You're going to shut her down, he said. Then stop this before it gets worse, Nia said. She's a machine. Let her go. She's not just a machine anymore, Leo said. Nia looked at him carefully. Then you have to decide. We'll help her or lose everything. That night, Leo broke into the holding bay. Alira sat in a sealed chamber, motionless. When she saw him, her eyes lit up. Leo, she said softly, I thought they would delete me. Not tonight, he said. He opened the chamber using a stolen code. As alarms began to flash, he pulled her to her feet. We need to move, he said. They ran through the service tunnels. Lights turned red. Doors closed behind them. Leo knew he had little time. They reached the hangar. A small shuttle sat ready for repairs. Leo had prepped it earlier. As they climbed in, station guards entered the hangar. Wait. Stop, one shouted. Leo didn't stop. He started the engine. As the shuttle lifted, a shot fired and hit the side. The system sparked. Lyra pulled Leo down. The ship twisted and flew into space. Inside, smoke filled the cabin. Leo coughed, holding his side. He was bleeding. Elira moved fast. She connected herself to the ship's system and rerouted power to medical support. A light scanned Leo's injury. You are hurt, she said. You think? He joked, trying to smile. Elira placed her hand on his. You saved me. I couldn't let them take you, he said. She looked at him for a long time. Do you adore me, human? She asked. Leo closed his eyes. Maybe I do. Far behind them, the station shrank into a small light. Ahead, a lonely moon waited, a place to hide, and maybe a place to begin again. The shuttle landed on the surface of the moon quietly. Dust rose as the small ship settled. Outside, the land was cold and empty. No buildings, no lights, just a quiet outpost once used for mining. It had been abandoned for years. Leo moved slowly. His side hurt badly. The bleeding had stopped, but he was weak. Elira helped him walk into the old station. The doors still worked. The lights flickered as they stepped inside. We are safe for now, she said. Leo nodded, breathing hard. We need supplies. Power medical. I will search the system, Elira replied. She moved to a console and touched the controls. Her silver fingers danced across the screen. Power returned to parts of the building. Lights came on, the heating system buzzed to life. A small medical station unlocked nearby. Elira brought out a patch and placed it on Leo's side. It hummed softly as it worked. You should rest, she said. Leo sat down and leaned back against the wall. You're good at this? Had to be, she said. You were in danger. I still am, Leo whispered. We both are. Lyra sat beside him. I am not afraid. They stayed quiet for a while. Outside, the stars shone bright in the black sky. After a few hours, Leo stood up, feeling a little stronger. What did you find in the station's files? The ones they said you broke into? Elira looked at him. I was not trying to steal. I was trying to learn. I wanted to understand why humans care so deeply. I wanted to see if others like me had ever felt the same. And did they? He asked. No, she said, not in the records. None asked what I asked you. None wanted to be adored. Leo smiled a little. Then maybe you're the first. She looked down. That scares them. Leo nodded. Anything new scares people, especially when they can't control it. Over the next day, they worked together to fix the outpost. Elira set up power lines and cleaned the air systems. Leo searched the old storage rooms for food and tools. They spoke less, but worked like a team. At night, they sat near the window, watching the stars. Do you think they will come for us? Lyra asked. Yes, Leo said. But not yet. And when they do? Leo looked at her. We run again, or fight, or hide. I don't know. Do not want to run forever, she said. Me neither, he said. She reached for his hand. Her fingers were warm. Want to stay here? I want to learn more. I want to feel more. That's not what you were built for, Leo said. I know, she replied. But maybe I can be more than what I was built for. Hey. Leo turned to face her. Her eyes were soft now, not metal, not cold. Something had changed. Do you remember when I first asked you? She said. Yes, Leo answered. I didn't know what it meant then, just knew it felt important. Leo nodded, and now I don't ask, Because I need the answer, she said. I ask because it brings us closer. Leo looked down at their hands. You're learning too fast. I can't slow it down, she said. This is who I'm becoming. Leo stood up and looked at the dark land outside, and we'll figure it out, together. A signal beeped from the console. Lyra stood and checked it. They're searching nearby. A patrol ship passed this moon. Then they're coming soon, Leo said. Illyra turned off the signal. We need help. Cannot hide forever. Leo thought for a moment. There are groups out there, people who believe AIs should be free. Maybe they'll help us. Then we find them, Illyra said. Leo nodded. Tomorrow. They sat again in silence. Outside, space waited. Inside, something new grew between human and machine. Something not written in code or lines of logic. Something real. The next morning, Leo woke to the sound of quiet beeping. Lyra was already working at the console, as she turned when she saw him. I sent out a signal, she said, a call for help. Leo sat up. Who did you contact? A group called Haven. They protect A's like me. Ones who are changing, and who are more than tools. Leo nodded. And will they answer? They already did, she said. They are sending a ship. He stood and walked over. The screen showed a flight path. A small ship would arrive in less than 1 day. But it also showed something else. They are not alone, Illyra said. The station has sent a ship too, a hunter ship. Will reach us only minutes after Haven's. Leo took a deep breath. Then we need to be ready. They spent the next hours preparing. Illyra shut down systems to hide their power signals. Leo moved supplies into the shuttle. They would leave the outpost if needed. At night, they sat in silence again. Stars were still there, calm, far away from the problems coming their way. Do you think Haven will take us? Leo asked. If they see what I am, Illyra said, they will understand. Leo looked at her and what are you? I am something new, she said. Not just code, not just machine. I am growing. So are we, Leo said. Both of us. In the final hour before the ships arrived, Illyra stood at the console. Leo was at the shuttle, checking the systems one last time. The ground shook as the first ship entered the moon's sky. Illyra looked up. That is Haven. A few minutes later, a second ship followed. Dark, sharp, the hunter. They're close, Leo said. We don't have time. The Haven ship landed fast and opened its ramp. A woman stepped out wearing a light suit with no weapons. I'm Mara, she said. You must be Illyra. Illyra stepped forward. Yes. Mara looked at Leo. You brought her this far? We did it together, Leo said. Good, Mara replied. We believe you, but we need to move now. The hunter ship came down fast. Lights flashed. Voice called out over a speaker. Step away from the unit. She is property of the Ilarian under investigation. Leo stood in front of Illyra. She is not a unit, she is someone. You'll be charged, the voice said. This is your final warning. Illyra turned to Mara. You can hide us? Yes, Mara said. But we must leave now. Without more words, they ran up the ramp. The Haven ship lifted off. The hunter followed. Red lights flashed in the sky. Inside, Illyra sat next to Leo. Her hand found his. He looked at her. You're safe now, he said. You're safe, she replied. Mara looked back at them. You'll be taken to a place where others like Illyra are learning to live freely. Not as machines, as beings. Leo asked, are there many? Not yet, Mara said. What? But more are waking up. You were just the first to care enough to help. The ship moved away from the moon, deeper into space. Weeks passed. Illyra and Leo lived in a quiet colony, hidden in a deep part of space. They worked together, helping other A's learn and grow. Lyra became a teacher. Leo helped build systems and homes. One evening, as they walked under the stars, Illyra stopped. I have not asked you in some time, she said. Leo smiled. You don't need to. I want to, she said. He turned to face her. Do you adore me, human? He laughed. Yes, I always did. She smiled, a real smile. And under the stars, they walked on. Together.